Hey, this is Ashley with Just a Second, a podcast for Putnam County. Hey everyone, welcome to Just a Second. I'm thrilled. I have got a king of real estate with me today on our podcast. We're thrilled to have Josh McGrath with us today. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm super excited to be here.
Yay!
Yay!
I'm excited.
County.
Yeah, I know. It's so fun to be able to have these opportunities to sit down with our members and talk about what makes them want to be here in Putnam County and what makes them thrive. And you're from Putnam County. We were childhood neighbors, so it brings me a lot of joy to be able to have you in the seat today and kind of talk about your story and how you got to where you are and why you chose to grow here at home.
Oh, that's a great question.
Yeah.
Why did you choose to grow at home? Some of it was on purpose. Some of it was accidental.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when you look at your journey in life, right, and whatever path you go in, a lot of times we don't know where we're headed. Mm-hmm. And, I can remember being at Hurricane High School and trying to, everybody's asking you, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I had no clue. I was sitting at school trying to figure it out. And my parents bought and sold a house when I was a junior, mm-hmm. and I was very intrigued by the process. Mm-hmm. And I thought, well, that's something I can do. And at the time, high school wasn't exactly favorable for me. Mm-hmm. So at the time, the idea of not going to college was heavy on my mind. Yeah. And so I decided to get into real estate. So I actually graduated in June of '99. Don't do the math. But then started selling real estate in September of the same year. And as of this year, that is my 26th year selling real estate. It is literally the only thing I've ever done.
Yeah. And it's awesome.
It's fun.
And
I love it.
Let's talk about the growth, though, because, you make it like I've just been selling real estate for 26 years. No, you are not only, you have your own brokerage. Mm-hmm. You're an inspired leader. I know everyone that works on your team just loves the environment that you provide. So let's talk about what drives you as a leader.
Okay. So what drives me as a leader? There's people. Mm-hmm. People drive me as a leader. It's when you get into certain positions, I've realized in the last couple of years that theoretically I could do anything in life, not just real estate, mm-hmm. and be me.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. And me is what that looks like is the idea that I want to see others succeed. Mm-hmm. I want to build others up. I want to help people find the best in themselves. Mm-hmm. And real estate's really interesting because a lot of people come in and, they're down on themselves, or if they're having a bad day, I find joy and pleasure in helping them work through that situation.
Yeah.
And it has never been a goal for me to be a big company or to be number one or to have the most sales or I'm not a numbers person. And I tell people all the time, if you want to know what your volume is, ask somebody else.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. Right? Yeah. Now, I'll know who your kids are. I'll know what kind of car you drive. I know what you enjoy doing as hobbies. And I want to spend time with people.
Yeah.
And this gives me the opportunity to do that. And I did that listing and selling. Mm-hmm. But then as the company continued to grow, I realized that in 2010, I had to make a decision. Mm-hmm. And that was, do I want to focus on listing, selling, and taking care of the customers? Mm-hmm. Or do I want to focus on the company, the agents that choose to work for me, mm-hmm. and what that looks like. Yeah. And so I made that shift back in 2010. Mm-hmm. And then in 2020, we affiliated with Better Homes and mm-hmm. Gardens. So that's actually 5 years this June.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so we've now been a part of that network, which has helped us really bring a whole new level of marketing and connectivity to the nation right here to Putnam County, which I'm thrilled to have been able to do.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question is, you started out with just your own brokerage.
Yep, little independent
brokerage, and now part of this bigger brand, and you're deciding factors between that and why you did that. So you kind of answered it, but what about, there are other national brands like that. So what about Better Homes and Gardens called to you to make you want to take that path?
Sure. So in probably 2018, we had seen a lot of growth with the company. And I think anybody who owns and operates a business gets to this point, right? Mm-hmm. And you've grown your business, and all of a sudden you're kind of looking around and it's like, I don't have anybody to ask questions to, right? Because the people that I would consider my peers or the folks that I would maybe want to get that advice from were in fact my competition.
Sure.
Right? So they're not necessarily going to be the first ones to
Yeah,
tell you.
They're not going to, they're not always going to. I mean, around here, people are generally pretty
I would
kind.
agree with that. And I've got some great friends
Yeah.
that I would consider both friends and competitors.
Yeah.
But you get to this point. So I started looking around, and in about 2018, I went on a search. And I went and interviewed about every real estate company out there because I wanted to see what they had, right? And there was a lot of great brands. You know, there really are. There are a lot of great brands in real estate. And I met a lot of awesome people through that process, was offered many different franchises. The difference is when I come to Better Homes and Gardens and got to understand that brand, it had one thing that stood out to me against all the rest. And that is everybody has great tech. They've got support. They've got staff. They've got training. They've got education. They have all the things that you need to run your business. But Better Homes and Gardens had all of that, and they had relevancy 365 days a year. So every other real estate brand in the world, you think about maybe if you're buying or selling a house, right? But our brand, you think about when you're buying and selling a house, but you also think about it when you're selecting paint colors or when you get the magazine in the mail or when you're looking for the best recipe for Thanksgiving. And I'm all about lifestyle, right? I want people to not only buy a home, I want them to love living in their home. And this magazine actually does exactly that. It helps us sell the house, but then it helps us take that house and actually make it a home. And so bringing that and seeing West Virginia loves that idea, right? Like we're in rural market like this especially, we love that like home, right? Home is everything. And so to be able to connect with people at probably what is one of the most intimate places in their life, I think is super important. And that is, we've definitely seen a benefit of that. Now, if you'd have asked me 5 years ago, what does a magazine have to do with a real estate company? I would have told you absolutely nothing.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's dumb.
Sure, okay.
But now I'm like, oh, wow, that actually has...
It makes a lot of sense. And actually, I'm surprised that you and I have never actually had this conversation before. So I learned something new about why you chose the path today. And it's really cool, and it really does resonate with not only West Virginia as a whole, but specifically, you know, here. And I know you're expanding and you're in a couple different states now and doing some really great things, but I always still find it so special that you've been able to grow and do all of that and be one of our Putnam County.
And we love Putnam. I mean, my parents still live here. My brother and his wife and kids are here. You know, it's home. Like it always has been, always will be. And it's so fun for me because one of the things with this brand is because of our national reach, we're seeing more and more people who are relocating to West Virginia, right? And so we get the privilege of meeting these people when they have their first interactions with our state and with Putnam County. And I cannot tell you how often people say, you all have the friendliest people. And I'm like, yeah, I know.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, we do.
Thank you so much.
And I think that's a testament to who we are as a community.
It is. It really is. And you know, we are seeing more and more people here, and it's good to get your perspective of that and how their first interaction is here with us in West Virginia. You know, we always have people always make jokes and say these things, but once we actually get somebody here and they actually see what we have to offer and the beauty that our state provides, and not only that, but what all we have to offer, including our kindness, is
right. Yeah, not only do we have affordable housing, do we have a relatively low cost of living, but we've got nice people. Like, you know, it's a community that you want to be involved in. Like, I love the City of Hurricanes Christmas Parade every year. So much fun. Yeah. Right? And so many people come out, right? And I'm like, where do all these people come from? Yeah. But we've seen Putnam County just grow and grow and grow. And
Did you know that I have a dream of making Putnam County a Hallmark Christmas movie?
No, I did not know this. Can we make that happen?
I'm trying so hard.
I will help however I can. That sounds
so
great.
Hard. I want to be a Christmas town so bad.
Why couldn't we be?
I mean, we can. I just need,
Absolutely.
Just need a little bit more snow. Not really much we could do about that.
We had enough this year.
Yeah.
We
gentle snow, not snowstorms. To clarify, I do not want snowstorms. I just want pretty snow.
Right.
Yeah. Light blanket.
Correct. Yes.
Just no ice. Just a light blanket of snow.
Okay.
I
love this.
Around Christmas time. Some beautiful decorations. That's all.
It's my favorite holiday.
Yeah, it's the best. I love it. Yeah.
And again, I think that's goes back to home,
It
right?
does.
Because when you think of that holiday, you think of your home and decorating and the trees and the lights and all the things that make the home feel so warm. Because I love decorating for Christmas. Although, why are we talking about Christmas in March? But
it's okay.
I love decorating.
I'll talk
for
about Christmas anytime. Anytime. My son and I have a duel. His favorite holiday is Halloween, and I also love to decorate for that. But like as soon as the Halloween decorations go down,
Christmas is up. Now, see, I love Christmas. I put it up very early. I take it down 1st of January, but then the house just feels empty.
Yeah.
Right? And that's I think the idea of what's home.
How many Christmas trees do you have?
I have 5.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah, I really like Christmas.
We have 4.
Vintage Christmas.
Yes.
So I like everything vintage. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Cool. So yeah, that's that's my thoughts on the real estate side of things and what we're really starting to see the market pick up. We were slow in February.
Yeah.
But March has proven to really be catching up. This week has been slow. I think Kanawha and Cabell, I know both were on spring break.
Yeah.
Putnam's
next week.
Next week.
Yeah.
So next week will be slow here.
Next week will be slow.
Yep. And that's typical. But the houses are coming to market. Interest rates are holding firm right now, which is good. I mean, they're not going up, which is good.
Yeah.
They're also not going down, but
they're not going up.
And I don't know that we're going to see them go down. I mean, I got in this business in '99, and the average interest rate was like 7%.
Yeah.
People were still buying houses.
People were buying houses.
People are buying houses now.
Yeah.
Because people have to move.
They have to. Yeah. Yeah, for
Jobs, kids, life.
Yeah, things.
It happens.
Life. To your point, the interest rate, you've made that point before, and other brokers have made that point before, that the interest rates have been what they are now before, and, the only thing we can hope for is that it doesn't always go up. And so,
right.
We've got some new houses coming online. How do you feel about it?
I'm super excited.
Yeah.
I mean, I could not be more excited than I am to see Putnam County and the area have, national builders looking at us. That should tell you something, right? Like Putnam County's headed in the right direction, because if these folks that can build literally anywhere in the country are looking at Putnam County and saying, we want to go there, there's a reason, right? And so if people are thinking about, well, I might wait a year for the rates to come down before I buy it. Well, you might get a slightly lower rate, but you're going to be paying more for your house.
Yeah.
Because there's obviously more coming, right?
Yeah.
And I think people need to be mindful of that when they're trying to make the decision on if they're going to buy now or wait.
So just to kind of wrap it up, what's your favorite thing about Putnam County?
Oh gosh, my favorite thing about Putnam County. Well, the Hurricane Parade
Yes.
is probably one of them, right? I would say the parks.
Yeah.
Like there's so much to go and do. And I love coming down and taking my nieces and going out, and we can play in the park. We can do, my brother and his wife they can walk, take the kids and walk over to the wave pool park. And so I think that for me is something that we offer in Putnam County that a lot of places don't have. There's just so much that you can go do.
Yeah.
And so I would say that if it wasn't the parade, but I'd probably lean back to the Christmas stuff too.
Well,
because the Christmas events are so much fun.
I think we need a committee.
Let's do it. I'll be on it.
Great.
We'll
I'll
make
sign
this
you up.
We'll
I'll
get
send
the
you a
movie
calendar
going.
invite.
All
Don't
right.
worry.
I love it.
Anyway, thank you, Josh, so much for joining me for just a second today. It's always a pleasure to spend time with you, and especially to share our conversations with all of our friends here, there, and everywhere between. So
I love it.
thank
Thanks
you
for having me.
yeah.
I appreciate it.
All right. See you soon.
See ya.